The reporter was getting an award for his outstanding work exposing government corruption. He was incredibly proud of himself, and rightly so. But as he stepped up to the podium to accept the award, a smartly dressed woman stopped him. "Wait, you forgot something?" she said, handing him a sealed envelope. "What's this?" he asked. She replied, "You should probably read this before you start your speech." Confused, he opened the letter and began reading. It was from an old, frail veteran. It told the reporter that he had uncovered the biggest story of his life, but it wasn't about government corruption or the war. It was about him. You see, the reporter had written several articles exposing war crimes committed by the enemy, bringing the guilty parties to justice. But there was one story he hadn't uncovered yet. He had missed one crucial detail during the chaos of the war that had somehow slipped under his radar. The veteran in the letter had been a soldier fighting on the front lines when the enemy attacked. As they were losing badly, their commanding officer ordered them to retreat. But when the veteran tried to follow his orders, he realized with horror that his pregnant wife and young son were still on the battlefield. With no way to get to them, he made a split-second decision to stay behind and protect his family. Sure enough, the retreating soldiers were fired upon and wiped out. The veteran rushed to his family, killed the enemy soldiers, and carried his wounded son to safety. When the reporter learned this, he was shocked. He had interviewed this very veteran and even quoted him in his article. He had asked the veteran why he didn't try to escape when the other soldiers did, and he remembered the veteran's exact response. "I couldn't leave my family behind." He looked at the award in his hands, ashamed. This wasn't his greatest story. Exposing government corruption was important, yes, but this veteran deserved all the recognition, not him. He looked at the crowd, unsure what to do. Some people were already taking their seats. He could accept the award quietly without mentioning the veteran, but that wouldn't be right. Then he had an idea. He walked up to the mic and addressed the audience. "Before I say anything else, I want to tell you about a real hero, a man who showed incredible bravery in the face of certain death. He is the true recipient of this award, not me." He explained about the veteran and how he had protected his family at the cost of his own life. There was dead silence as the reporter finished his story. No one had known about this. They had all come to honor the reporter, unaware that he had missed such a huge detail. The silence was broken by applause. Everyone stood up and cheered. The reporter joined them, beaming with pride. It wasn't his award, but he couldn't have been happier for the veteran. Later, someone from the award committee approached him. "You know, you don't have to do that," she said. "We can keep this between us." The reporter shook his head. "No, he deserves more than that. I might have missed it, but I won't make that mistake again." The reporter kept his word. He wrote another article about the veteran, this time making sure to include every last detail. It was a beautiful piece that tugged at everyone's heartstrings. The veteran was honored with a medal for his bravery. People finally knew the truth, and he was recognized for his sacrifice. The reporter felt a sense of relief. It was the proudest moment of his career. Years later, the reporter was sitting in his office when he received a call. "Hello," he answered. Hi sir. I'm calling on behalf of His Royal Highness. Would you be available to have tea with the Queen and Prince Philip? They'd like to personally thank you for your service." The reporter was stunned. Was this about his most recent article? He stammered. I don't understand." The person on the phone chuckled. "Oh no, this is about the war. You see, your article about Private Thomas helped bring him the recognition he deserved. The Queen and Prince Philip would like to meet the man who uncovered his story." The reporter's eyes widened. Could this be? Has it really been that long? He smiled. "Yes, I'd love to."